Time freezes for 48 hours and you're the only thing not affected. What do you choose to do? Crime. So much crime. Rob drug dealers. What are they gonna do? Report it to the police? Ironically, they actually do. Or you go and they say somebody broke in and threatened me. They took all my money. I once went to somebody that got his cannabis farm burgled and smashed up clearly by a rival dealer, and he rang it in and wanted a crime number. Probably browse Reddit and wonder why there's nothing new. Isn't that just normal in Reddit? Tales from the Loop did an episode similar to this. Except it spanned months. I assumed. They ransacked stores and fancy homes. Caught a parent cheating and lost hope of the situation as a whole. Sad series and hard to watch, believe it or not, compared to a similar counterpart like Black Mirror. An Amazon original. Episode 3 for those interested. Other series recommendations. Utopia UK version on Amazon. Love, Death and Robots on Netflix. The OA on Netflix. Devs on Hulu. Black Mirror on Netflix. Mr. Robot. Don't know a streaming source. Predestination, a movie. The original Twilight Zone series did this back in the black and white days. A guy had a stopwatch that he could use to stop time and do things. Did all the obvious stuff with it. But then the watch broke and he was stuck with time frozen forever. Twilight Zone was the original Mindbeep TV. Procrastinate. Probs. Haha. Most realistic answer. It would be like having 2 hours before bedtime to watch a movie and spending most of the 2 hours adding movies to your watch list. Get beaten up by a 4D time cop. Time police, mother peeper. Stop. Breaking. The. Space. Time. Continuum. Put sunglasses on everyone I can find. Then when time freezes, everyone suddenly wonders WTF just happened. No no no. Put buckets on everyone's heads, far more confusing. Rubber ducks. I feel like these two comments are TF2 references. RTX 3090. Here I come. Spends the whole 48 hours just trying to find one somewhere. I would be a bank robbing mofo. I could amass one hell of a stack in 48 hours. Just get to Vegas and pickpocket all the high roller tables and pits. I'd steal so much. I wouldn't steal a lot. Just something people assumed was too well guarded to be stolen. And carefully leave a calling card. World's greatest thief. With basically zero effort. Tie people's shoelaces together. Pick up all of the dog crap in my neighbor's yard and put it in her living room. And steal the Declaration of Independence. Then hide it in Nick Cage's house. Oh, that's beautiful. Pay back for all the Speepty films he's been in since National Treasure. I wish I could freeze for 48 hours and time would just move on. That's called heroin. Have some fun. Change things ever so slightly, like switching people's clothes. Turning them around. Turning cars around. Put a dog leash in random people's hands. One time, one phrases, so many minds are going to be blown. Turning around cars. What happened to ever so slightly? Finally get a good night's sleep without any interruptions. I am sure sleep is the only thing I will not be having. I'd steal a bicycle because I don't own one and ride around enjoying the quiet and stillness. Maybe an electric bicycle. Because I'm old and fat. and in reality I'd probably last 10 minutes on a regular bike. Drink some sleepy time tea and enjoy some good sleep. On the other hand, I used to fantasize about having a large wad of cash, so maybe I'll first go out and go do some grocery shopping. Find every winning scratch-off lottery ticket. Unless they were legally purchased. They will be voided though. The answers here are a lot more PG than I was expecting. Edit. People are taking this comment way too seriously. Oh, we all have those R-rated thoughts. But nobody wants to admit to it. About a half hour of not realizing. 47. 5 hours of existential crisis. Followed by years of therapy. Try to infiltrate Area 51. Nah. They're the ones causing this. Watch a TV series without my housemate walking into the lounge and asking questions. I don't have big goals, haha. Steal money from banks and replace it with Golate coins. Walk around naked with no shame. Do a helicopter every now and then. Find a nice beauty spot. Drink some beers. Whilst having some music on. A basic way to spend my 48 hours. But a peaceful one. Do a helicopter every now and then. I could imagine a drunk man in the middle of a super busy place as soon as time unfreezes doing the helicopter, and everyone just like, what the f*** happened here? Ask the Japanese. They made a whole genre of porn asking this question. Is there something the Japanese haven't made a genre of porn on? Well, I can't rob lottery tickets at 7-Eleven because they can track that. I can't rob Apple stores because they can track devices. Bank vaults will be locked. First things first, get a truck for transportation of goods. Probably take my neighbor's F-350 and bring it back before 48 hours are up. I think the best place to make money would be going to multiple jewelry stores. After like a dozen jewelry stores being cleaned out, I'd also go shopping for some nice fancy suits and clothing. I'm talking about the stuff that is like $250 per shirt and up. My skin would love it. Get a bunch of fancy shoes too. I'd rummage the registers in all these stores as well. I'd even get speep for my girlfriend. She needs an updated wardrobe. I'd also probably do some speep to feep with people I hate. Nothing awful, just like, break every window to their car and house. Poke a hole in their oil tank. Etc. I wouldn't cut off dicks or poke eyes out, that's way too hardcore and evil. Edit. If the world being frozen means I can't drive because cars wouldn't work, it would become a lot more difficult. In that case, I'd take a wheelbarrow. Fill it with garbage bags. And walk with it to the closest stores I can find that have valuable stuff. I'd take everything of value. And move it to an unsuspicious location. Fill the bags and just leave them there while I go to collect more. Once time is no longer frozen, I'd be somewhat far from the crime scenes. No one would be able to report me for anything. The loot would be in black garbage bags so no one could see I have all this merchandise. I'd tell my girlfriend to rent a U-Haul and get all the loot moved to my home. Probably count the ballots in Nevada. It's taking so long. Personally, I know I still would not clean my room, and that thought scares me. Why would you clean your room when no one can even see it? That's just an obvious logical move. If time freezes, how can it be for 48 hours? You have a fair point. Find my dad. Have you looked in the last place you saw him? Probably catch up on schoolwork and sleep the rest of the time. Are you sure you don't want to tip a canoe? Masturbate on top of a skyscraper. Homelander. Is that you? I will walk on street, and when I find someone using his phone, I will take his phone from his hand and open Rickroll on it, then put it back in his hand and keep doing that for everyone I see for the rest of the 48 hours. I like this one. I'd rob every bank I could find. That's a given. Rob every drug dealer only for cash and pot. It's not like they're going to report it. Then steal all the toys. And while I'm at it, maybe pour a bit of fox scent in my ex-wife's defrosters. That got dark at the end. Have you ever seen Click with Adam Sandler? Yeah. It's only 1 hour and 47 minutes. What do I do with the other 46 hours? As I say with every time stop post. Prevent a buff Frenchman from walking up some stairs in Egypt. Will you also throw construction equipment at a Japanese teenager? Steal all the beeping Legos I want. O'd probably be confused for a solid hour. Then I'd say I was gonna do something and wind up sleeping for the first day. Then the second half I'd walk to the store and bring back everything I could hold. I'd then spend a few hours eating my loot. Then I'd repeat. But with tech. But just small, untraceable stuff. And I'd probably pick the pockets of a few people while doing I'd probably sleep until everything unfroze. Repeating with tech. Does that include eating the tech? Be confused. I would jump from one idea to another and won't be able to start until the time's over. So basically nothing. I'd go shopping. I would hit all the big corporate stores and just steal everything of use. I'd finish my Christmas shopping. I'd steal a fridge and a few freezers and stock my garage with food for a year. I'd steal items that are going to be rare faves this Christmas and then resell them on eBay once time unfroze. I would hit the dispensaries and steal all of the weed. I'd take cash from all corporate stores. I would be set up for a long time. I might also make it look like my best friend's abusive ex had peed peeing on him.